Hello, leaders. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you've come out of the holiday season well, ready to hit your stride again, get your groups going for the study through the Bible material. I want to talk briefly this week about the material coming up, which is the resurrection story, which is like the coolest, most awesome, most exciting story in the whole book. So, um, yeah, this one's a good one to get pumped up about. This is the punchline, right? This is the moment at which Jesus defeats death, the moment at which Jesus establishes exactly what he came to do. So it's good to get excited for this week. Um, there are a couple things I want to talk about that are worth going a little deeper on. The first one is the pre-story dialogue in the book. Now, if you open up your book, that there's always a pre-story dialogue, and this one this week is good. It's worth spending some time. I know I don't always spend the most time here, but I think it's worth it. And what you read is basically kind of an overview of something good coming out of something broken, or God using something that appears to be tragic for his good. And that's exactly what this is, right? Everybody that would have been a part of witnessing or hearing about Jesus' death would have had this, like, either, oh, see, we told you so, it would end, or, oh, we're really disappointed, right? That this was something that was prophesied about, but a lot of people missed. It wasn't common that people at that time would have thought, just wait till Jesus is resurrected. Just wait till Jesus comes back from the dead. Just wait until the tomb is empty. So spend some time there in the pre-dialogue. I found it to be helpful to me. Um, Also, something to point out in the Luke passage, or in the account in Luke here, we read about Jesus or people encountering Jesus on Emmaus Road, and specifically in verses 18 through like 25, we read about a guy named Cleopas, and he's asked by Jesus, what are you guys talking about? And Cleopas says, are you the only person that doesn't know what just happened? And anyway, in the course of the conversation, Cleopas says, um, he talks about Jesus, and he says, our chief priests and leaders handed him over to be condemned to death and crucified him. But we hoped that he was the one to redeem Israel. And beside all this, it's now the third day since these things took place. Right? So you can get the sense just from what's written there in the Bible that Cleopas had kind of like, well, I guess we'll wait for the next Messiah to come, right? Or maybe not completely written off, but he was starting to get discouraged. So the book doesn't really touch a lot on Cleopas, but I think he's a good character to touch on, and what he says. Yeah, and I think what excites me about this, and what I hope in my group to talk about, is just to remind people that this isn't a metaphor, right? This isn't allegory. This isn't a story. Like, this is real. Jesus bodily rose from the dead. Yeah, that's exciting, right? Let's keep that in mind. So I think this is one of those things that I think we hear a lot, mostly around Easter, right? But I think we hear, and when I say we, I mean we as a culture, we hear a lot about Jesus rising from the dead. And I think sometimes we forget just how amazing it is that this actual physical bodily resurrection happened, and the significance of it. So I'm going to invite my group just to take some time to sit in the realization that this isn't metaphor, this is not allegory, this is in the Bible. This is an account of Jesus physically, literally rising from the dead. I think it's worth sitting in that for a little bit. Yeah, it's exciting. This is, again, like I said, this is it. This is the moment that Jesus and his work and his ministry, everything, the prophecies are validated. This is the moment where the kingdom starts to be established, right? This is awesome. So I'm excited. I love this story. I hope you love it as well, and I hope that this is a time that the groups um, can just have a rich experience diving into the resurrection. So yeah, if you need anything, if you have any questions, let me know. You can shoot me an email, give me a call. As always, I'm praying for you guys as leaders. I'm praying for your groups. Again, I just want to encourage you that you guys are doing a great thing. Like this, leading and discipling and making disciples and challenging people to get in the Word. This is just really great stuff. And I thank you for that. And I just want you to be encouraged at how awesome this is and how